Read your stats. Invite people to make comments. And adapt, adapt, adapt. Let's look at how this works in the real world on a big scale. This was the original Google homepage. Follows all my rules. It's not a beauty contest. It's as easy to use as an ATM machine. They threw it up probably in an hour. Here's something really interesting. Ooh, does this work? Okay. I don't think it works. Believe it or not, there's an opt-in underneath the search bar. If they had just left that and then differentiated, are you interested in sports? Are you interested in beauty? Are you interested? They would be worth 10 times what they're worth now. So I don't know who told them to drop that. Couple of stories about Google, very important. They had no intention to create a business. These were just students. They wanted to create a better algorithm to make search better. It's all they ever wanted to do. But they did it right. They took that technology to Yahoo, to Excite, to InfoSeek, to all the companies that had all the money in the world to buy the algorithm because they wanted to sell it. None of them were interested. Their attitude is, it's good enough, we're making money, what do we need you for? How's that for a multi-billion-dollar mistake? Make sure you don't make a multi-billion-dollar mistake like that. Another story about these two. There's all these incubators, right? Everybody's heard about them, the startup and this and that in Silicon Valley. It's kind of a good thing. And they provide courses and lectures and evenings. And one of the incubators had a monthly series on best practices. Best practices for accounting, best practices for human resources. All the things that you actually need to do to run a business. The guy that ran that incubator told me that in all the history of these monthly incubators, monthly best practices series that they ran, there were only 2 guys that went to every single best practices evening. Never missed one. Guess who they were? Their success is not an accident. Maybe the size of it's an accident, but they did their homework. They did what we were talking about at the beginning of the talk. They did all these incredibly unglamorous things. What could be less glamorous than learning about the intricacies of human resources for a corporation? I mean, it must be mind-numbing. They were there at every single one without fail. Be ready to switch gears. This applies to everything, but it really applies to the web because we get our feedback so quickly and we can make our changes so quickly. Here's an example of a gear switch. Anybody you recognize these guys? And I wish the laser worked, but you can see underneath it says username, password. Okay, that's not strange. But then it says, I'm a man seeking everyone between 18 and 45. Okay, this is the default, by the way. This is not an actual person. There may be people like this, but this is the default. What was YouTube originally? Did anybody know? It was a dating site. YouTube. Video yourself and upload it. So they were working on the challenge of how do we make it super easy for our daters to shoot, video site. Remember video dating, how cool that was in the 80s or whenever that was? Let's make it easy for people to shoot their own videos and upload them to our YouTube site. People will get accounts. They'll be able to search. I want to see all, females between this age and that age who live in Stamford, Connecticut, and I'll get to see all the videos. Can you imagine how sad it would be if they had stopped there? What a sad company that would be. I mean, it would be something, but they wouldn't have sold it for $1 billion. And it turns out it's looking like it, in the hands of Google, it's turning out like it actually was worth $1 billion. Next lesson.